Welcome back to another video. I know it looks like you're watching the same video from the last 6 Saturdays in a row, if not longer than that. But yes, it's another Saturday on the road. It's summertime. It is summertime in South Louisiana, which means at 6:30 in the morning, it's over 80-something degrees. Humidity is about 200%, it feels like. And I'm sweating just loading up the vehicle. We are headed to another South Louisiana location, but this is going to be more South Central Louisiana. If you saw last week's video, we were in kind of the deep southeast side of the state in Grand Isle, Louisiana. That station is killing it. I'll tell you a little bit more about that one in a second. And now we're headed more of to South Central. It is the deep south also, South Central Louisiana to Morgan City, Louisiana. So let's get to it. So yeah, we headed to South Louisiana, Morgan City, and like I said, it's hot. Coffee's hot right now. Good thing about being up at 6 a.m., the donuts are hot too. So, not that I don't need any donuts, but you know what? I'm gonna treat myself when I'm about to go through the torture that I'm about to go through. So I'm gonna tell y'all what else is hot right now is these passive income projects, especially these ones, you know, we want to get in early. We're taking a chance. I will continue to say that, and I'll always say that. Not all these projects are going to make it. We're in a lot of projects right now, a lot of beta projects, a lot of testnet projects right now. And look, we got to be honest, they're all not going to make it. Some things we're even seeing is some of these, when they go to mainnet, of course, people are going to cash out. People want to make income. People want to make ROI. So, of course, they're going to sell some tokens. Of course, they're going to hold on to some because you never know what the price action is going to be. But my concern for several of these projects, and if you'll watch my Monday videos when I go over all these, my Monday videos discuss this, is where's buying pressure come from. So, you know, we're gonna discuss a couple of those things in this video. First thing, if y'all can please like this video, is I get a lot of people who tell me that they watch my videos, they contact me through different social media means, and they say they supposedly like them, but the likes don't coincide with that. So if you just please take 1 second and just hit the thumbs up button that's underneath this, it really helps out a lot, because any of these projects we talk about that I tag in this description and stuff, YouTube algorithm plays that game where, you know, if y'all thumb it up, then that means it's halfway decent. At least the projects are halfway decent. You know, not that my production value and all that's that great, but y'all hitting that thumbs up button really helps out. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. I've hit 13,000 subscribers recently. I really appreciate that. I did a video about Wingbits and it just absolutely took off. It had over 1,000 views and brought me a good amount of subscribers. Another Wingbits video I did. Wingbits is catching on very big, and I don't want everybody to think that this channel is strictly on Wingbits, but it is what I'm putting a lot of my attention to right now. This, I want to say right now, the station I'm putting in Morgan City right now, me personally, this is going to be my 13th station right now. I had, yesterday I've been working on a, kind of, I don't call it a lease agreement, but an agreement on host. If y'all have seen my video last week, and I'll discuss a little bit more of that in the future, and later in the video, but I am doing host agreements, and I had Chat GPT, or, you know, I'm old, I don't know, Open AI, whatever the hell it is. I told it to do a agreement for me on lease agreements. And I told her what I wanted my stipulations to be and stuff like that. And the whole thing, damn, typed out more stuff than I would have ever come up with. And I'm kind of finalizing that. I got one sent to a guy in Florida who wants to host for me. And I'm working on different deals, different percentages. Some people want a little bit of cash, you know, $20, $25 a month, and that's to be the only thing, you know, unless we find out that this is going to pay huge. Not financial advice. We have no idea what this is going to pay. It could be pennies a day. But we work out those stipulations. You know, this guy already has, he couldn't figure out what he wanted. He tried doing his own Pi. Somehow the Pi broke. He don't know anything about SSH, don't know anything about Linux or command or anything like that. He's done with it, but he wants to be involved in the project. So since he's already got the SDR, USB, whatever you want to call it, he already has a 1090 antenna up. You know, I make a little bit different deal with him, because all I gotta do is throw a little potato in the mail. He goes home and plugs it in and it's done. So I got somebody else who needs everything. So I'm gonna ship them directly my antenna, or the antenna from Amazon. Just buy from Amazon, put their shipping address in, and then so they have that there. The pole also, they live, you know, they're in a very kind of wide open rural area, but they have a house, like a farm type business somewhere close to there. So they just go get a 20-foot pipe or 10-foot pipe. They're gonna take care of it themselves, and which is cool of them. Same thing. I'm programming everything. I have a little potato with a Wi-Fi dongle. They give me their Wi-Fi stuff beforehand. I program it in there, but I also send them a little Cat 5 cable also, so in case when they plug it in the Wi-Fi it doesn't work, then they can plug in the Cat 5 and I should be able to get into it, because I'm also loading Tailscale in every device. And it should be plug and play after that point. You know, the hardest thing for them is going to be running that wire. And you know, I'll either, if they know exactly what the footage they are, I'll also send them from Amazon. I'll send them the wire over there. So I don't have to try to ship it. But I got that one. I got another one, which I don't want to say the location of because it's wide open on Wingbits. And not that I don't trust everybody here. I love all y'all and I really appreciate y'all support. But I'll be dead honest with y'all. There's been a couple of times where I've mentioned host locations, and then all of a sudden they have hosts there. And I again, if y'all ever watch NCIS, used to be one of my favorite shows, and Gibbs used to always say no such thing as coincidences. But you know, it's just weird that these obscure towns and stuff in different places, that all of a sudden stations show up. And it's funny that there's stations that show up in those towns, but when you look at the Wingbits maps, it's not picking up planes. You know, we dealt with some childish actors in a previous project. Not that I think they got time for that, and people would do that kind of stuff, but let's be honest, we don't know what's going on with them. But you know, hashtag imminent, hashtag when CEX. I don't even want to get started on that project. I got people who still give me updates, and every now and then I still see stuff in Discord. I just ignore it now. I don't even get triggered by it. A couple of friends contacted me going crazy about this recent price, you know, you want to call it a crash, a dip. You know, Bitcoin goes down a little bit. Bitcoin has still been in this sideways channel. If y'all watch my video Thursday, my live, and I don't know how much longer I'm gonna keep doing lives, but I don't want to get off track right here. Bitcoin been in this sideways channel since March. You've been at the same levels since March. It's come up to 70, it's come down to 60, up to 70, come down to 60, over and over. It's not the end of the world. This is also why I DCA into some of the more popular, and look, it might not be the sexy pick and the sexy purchase that some people want to have, the 1000 X's and stuff like that. Memes have kind of calmed down, but some memes are still going crazy. All right, so enough about price action. I know y'all don't come to me for that. Again, a lot of passive income projects that are going on right now. I'm waiting on my GEODNet, and look, I was very hyped up and happy and couldn't wait to get GEODNet. I told you I was going to take a vacation day when that came in and all this stuff like that. And you know, I guess it's kind of like the kid with the new shiny object. I'm starting to lose interest just because it's been 6 weeks, 7 weeks since I ordered. It was supposed to be, I thought it was 4 to 6 weeks. It might have been 6 to 8 weeks, but I have heard nothing about it. I'm planning on trying this week contacting them. You know, I went through I think it's GEODNET or whatever it is website to buy the GEODNET. You know, of course, price is going down every day I wait. Close to July 1st, rewards get cut in half. So that does concern me a lot, not a little bit, but a lot. Talked earlier about people jumping in my host spots. Again, not that I think that this has anything to do with it, but I was looking at GEODNET. I was planning on putting it on the building that I have access to in Baton Rouge. And sure enough, there's not one but 2 GEODNETs in that super hex, in the actual hex. I have no idea where I'm placing this GEODNET at this point. I have a friend in Corpus Christi that's hosting actually I sent that out to him, a Wingbits station. He should be getting that Monday. I can't wait to see that online. But he literally lives, I'm not joking, you know, it's pinpoint accurate because it's GPS, so you can't lie, like the helium days. He literally lives about, it's not even a mile from where the super hex ends. So, and then if y'all in GEODNET, y'all tell me if I'm wrong or not, but I see 2 or 3 super hexes in either North Louisiana or also Mississippi. None of them are technically activated yet. Apparently that you can either stake, and at some point after stake to activate it, people can stake it. And there's none of that available because I heard that's where the money's at. But anyway, and then somebody can put their station in, and once they put their station in, it's good for X amount of months of the rewards. But right now, with these new super hexes, you're only getting 2x the multiplier, where originally on these super hexes you were getting, if I'm not mistaken, again if I'm mistaken, y'all, I apologize, but I want to say at one time you were getting like 6x, 10x, 12x for the first station, and then the other station that came online, their x was less. But now it's 2x. So my point I'm trying to make is, if I'm gonna contact a friend that's in, you know, Mississippi, Louisiana, or some of these other states, and I'm gonna contact them and make a deal with them, whether it's splitting rewards, whether it's 35% to them, whatever it is, that when you do the math, and that, you know, you have the 2x and the super hex at their house versus me just putting it up at my office or at my house for regular 1x, but I keep 100% of the profits. Is it really worth working that out for a 2x super hex? You know, I don't know. You know, my biggest thing is I want the damn thing in. I want to be able to do a video on getting it in and doing all that stuff like I normally do. All right, so what else we got coming? We got a CHIRP miner. I am super duper crazily excited about CHIRP. I don't know why, but I think it's just how professional the website looks, how professional the miner itself looks, the things I'm reading about it, what they're trying to do. You know me, I find pros and cons to everything. And some of the cons, let's be honest, we saw what happened to helium after a point. Is there room for another IoT network? What are they going to offer that helium is not offering and some of these other IoT companies with these IoT networks can offer? That's the question too. What I was getting at earlier, and I'm gonna say it now, is what's the when we start selling these tokens, what's the buying pressure from these tokens? You know, even with Wingbits, somebody brought that up with Wingbits. Something I want to ask those guys, and I keep forgetting, is where's the buying pressure? At least helium jumped up in price, but as people started using the IoT network, that burnt helium, HNT. There was a buying pressure with that. With GEODNET, with Demo, with Honey. Where is the buying pressure at? From what I understand, there is no buying pressure for using those networks or something like that. What about CHIRP? You know, I got to figure that part out. $800 is a lot of money for somebody to buy a CHIRP. So that's why I have not been pushing this project that hard on people, is because of that. $800 is a lot, and a lot of people can't swing it. I'm telling you right now, I couldn't swing it. That's why I never bought one before I won one. I'm grateful and happy. Tech Hustler, y'all know I push his channel a lot. I met him through the previous project, and I've been following him and sharing some of his videos and his stuff from his videos with y'all. Check him out. Give his YouTube a like. Give his X a like. But I appreciate him picking me into this contest and won. Also, Seth from Mind Your Biz, he made that possible for him, for Tech Hustle to be able to do that. So I have to show appreciation for him too. But no, they are doing a lower network that's a little bit different. I think it's 2.4 gigahertz. I don't know how that works. Apparently there's a demand for that. Better throughput, better speeds and stuff like that, better range. We'll see how that goes. I don't know what's going to happen with that. So we're going to Morgan City for this station. I'm almost there. In 7 o'clock in the morning, 83 degrees. I'm doing a repeater for a local hospital, part of this communications thing I do for the state. I'm on the state board for that. And so local hospital wanted a repeater on. So me and the two guys are going to put a repeater on top of, actually we're putting two repeaters on top of a digital one and an analog one on top of this hospital. And while I was down here, I have a friend who owns a insurance company with a building, and I'm very tight with him, and he's got more money than he worried about, and he didn't even worry about a host fee or nothing like that. He told me, you know, this is how you get in the building, this is how you get to the roof, put it up there, and he has wired internet up there that I can run, or even Wi-Fi. So that's awesome of him. But I'm gonna be honest with you, what's cool about this is not like helium where you have to pay for moving. You know, we're looking at planes with Wingbits 40,000 feet up, and I do have a 400-foot tower, but it's my friend's tower that they own, that I am on right now. I talk about it all the time, and it's one of my greatest stations that I had. You know, it's getting me, I don't want to lie to y'all, it's early in the morning, 2,500 to 3,000, maybe more, a little bit more than that, wings a day. And it can see 250 miles. Then I put the station last week in Grand Isle. Grand Isle, that station's only 10 feet off the ground. I've showed y'all in my previous videos how well that one doing. That one in Grand Isle, because they can see new hexes in the Gulf of Mexico. I did a video strictly about this. 10 feet off the ground, because it's new hexes, that one is outperforming and gets about 300 to 400 more wing a day than the big tower does. But my point I'm getting at is, y'all know I'm trying to become, as I joke, some people get weird about stuff, upset about stupid things. But I joke that I want to be the Gestapo of the Gulf, the Godfather of the Gulf of Mexico. I want to cover the whole thing. That's my first goal. Then eventually the whole United States. But anyway, is with this station Morgan City, yes, I am probably, if I had to guess as the crow flies, 100-something miles, probably about 100-something miles from Grand Isle along the coast of Louisiana. But between my buildings in Baton Rouge, the tower, and with the station coming online in Corpus Christi, and with Grand Isle, I don't know if this Morgan City station is going to do that much. And I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to have a station just to have a station. So if this Morgan City station does not perform that well, and it's only getting a couple of hundred wing a day, I'm yanking it. I can yank it and go put it somewhere else, send it to another host or something like that. So that's the good beauty about this. All I have to do is go into the station dashboard of Wingbits, change that GPS location or that address location, change the read SB location in the Wingbits device itself, the La Potato, and I can move it. No cost, no price, no charge, nothing like that. And you know, I kind of mentioned a little bit about this, but I'm probably gonna do a separate video on it just for an idea for video. But with me having 13 stations now, I think it, you know, I can go through these stations. I have stations that are doing, like I said, 2,000, 3,000 wing a day. And I got some that getting, I'm not joking, 40 or 50 to 100. And it's some of my original stations where these newer stations I'm putting up have better range, cover better hexes. So therefore, some of my original stations, and if you look at, there's no secret because I've showed it so many times, but if you go look at the Louisiana area and see South Louisiana is, 95% of those hexes you see filled with stations, they're either mine or my friends or family members. And my friends came from either Helium or the previous project we don't talk about. How do I not invite them to Wingbits? I'm not selfish like that. But the problem we're finding is with all those hexes, we're all splitting and killing each other on hexes. There's no reason for me to keep a station up just for the sake of keeping the station up that's getting 100 wings, when I could possibly take that down, move it somewhere else. Now some of other stations are running Bitharvest Studio. Y'all know I support those guys. And so it's running Helium and some other stuff also. I can't move those because they're running Helium. I'm not paying Helium $5 or $10 to move a station, because it'll take me 7 years to ROI on just that move. We're passing Duffy's Sportsman Supply. Duffy's is where Swamp People, if y'all watch Swamp People, and Troy Landry and them stop at to get the shell, and they own that gas station. That's Duffy's right here. So I need to start kind of the stations that I have Bitharvest on. I'm not, somebody, I know I'm getting off key here, but off track. But somebody asked me the other day about what's my deal with Bitharvest, stuff like that. Bitharvest is doing a lot of testing there. They are still constantly adding stuff, and I found that one or two of my stations need a hard reboot, or there was something that kind of happened to it, and that's expected. You with a new project like that, stuff like that. But when I send host stations out, I don't want them to have to deal with it at all. I tell them it's gonna be plug and play. I got tail scale on it. I got a cron job that automatically reboots it every other day. So even if it locks up, it's gonna automatically reboot. They should never have to mess with it. So I don't want to take the chance of putting Bitharvest on a station I'm sending to North Dakota and it get locked up. I am still adding stations locally that I can easily access, or for friends or anything like that that I set up for them, and I'm putting Bitharvest on those. So I'm still behind Bitharvest. As long as it's a station that I can easily access, I still have one or two stations that I want to move over to Bitharvest. I still want to put a La Potato on one. They just finalized that firmware at the 4.0 that just dropped on Sunday. I have been so busy this week at work, I haven't had a chance to mess with it. So going back to what I was saying is, I need to really sit down and really check out what my Wingbits stations are doing, because the ones that are getting 100 to 200, I really want a Wingbits station at my house, just because I feel like I need to have it at my house with everything I do. But it's one of my worst performing stations, and it's on top of a 40-foot ham tower in my backyard with clear line of sight. But it's just splitting hexes with everybody else that it's just not getting hardly anything. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. But we're about to pull up to Morgan City, and we're doing the hand repeaters first. Hopefully I don't catch a heat stroke before that, and I still want to go do this Wingbits station. If I get time and I'm not getting heat exhaustion, I'll try to take a video or two from up there. But we're gonna do these hand repeaters first, get that knocked out. We gotta get them on network too. One of them is digital DMR, if everybody's familiar with that. You can look that up on Brandmeister. That's gonna be a DMR in Morgan City, Louisiana. So that's gonna be that. And I gotta do all that stuff. So my fear is that it's gonna be noon by the time we get done with that. It's supposed to be, today's supposed to be the hottest day of the week. Of course, that's the day we picked to do this, but when everybody's off on a Saturday, you do it on a Saturday. but it's supposed to be 96 degrees before the heat index with a 100% humidity almost. It's gonna be 110 plus with the heat index. I'm not going on top of this roof. Look, I love Wingbits to death, but I'm hoping for some cloud cover, maybe, you know, a little afternoon thunderstorm or something like that. Listen, I'll go put that stuff out in the rain. I do it with cameras at work. I'd much rather deal with a light sprinkle than and drizzling than 120 degree scorching heat. So as long as I still got the stamina and everything, and I'm gonna get this helium station up also, and we'll see how it performs. And like I said, I'm gonna let it perform for a week or two, and if it's a poor performer, I'm yanking it back down. That's the great thing about it. So let me go ahead and pull up over here and get all this done, and I'll be back in a little bit just to wrap everything up. All right, so we up on top of this hospital, installing two new antennas for this ham emergency repeaters that the hospital got. You know, during Hurricane Ida, this area got devastated all the way that way. Gulf of Mexico is this way, and all this way got destroyed, messed up. These hospitals had no communication at all, so they purchased some auxiliary Auxcom type repeaters. I've been helping them set those up at the different hospitals and stuff, and you know, trying to make sure they have communications and stuff. And after this, the building that I'm going to put my Wingbits station up, I think is going to be over here somewhere, and we'll be doing that. It's 11 o'clock already, and it is 90 degrees. So waiting on one more piece of equipment to come up so I can get started on that, and get this show on the road. So nice lake over here, whatever this is. I have to look it all up. I'm not familiar with this area that much. All right, guys, well, we done. It is 2 o'clock. Look at that. So we've been at it. I'm so exhausted right now. I'm so sunburnt that it's I can't even do math in my head right now. It's crazy. It's been out here since 7 o'clock this morning on top of this building. Of course, nothing goes right. You'll see I got my Nadix going, and down here I got my Demo going, and also Sword Chain Mini Modus. And I'm exhausted, so I'm not going to keep y'all long now. I need to soak up this air condition, stop and get me something to drink and eat. And it's been absolutely crazy, that's all I can tell you. Right here is the famous Troy Landry, if y'all familiar with Troy Landry, from the Swamp People. This is where he brings all the alligators at after and all that y'all see on the TV show. This is it. So I'm ready to get home, man. I'm ready for a nice tall glass Diet Coke with some Bywater bourbon. It's the alcohol I've been drinking, you know, not every night, you know, one drink while I'm playing Call of Duty and stuff, but it's gonna be nice and refreshing today. So, you know, I got my Morgan City Wingbits station up on my friend's building. That actually was a very simple install. He already had a pipe going to the roof, feed line, LMR 400 or KMR 400 as Amazon calls it, down to the room he has upstairs, and hardwired into, I guess, the internet that he had, and it's up and running. Saturday, not a lot of flights out. I'm still getting about 160 flights. The big thing is going to be is, am I getting more flights, more hexes than my other stations? Because that's what we're learning, is that, you know, if I have this up for a week or two and my wings aren't that high, even though I'm getting a lot of planes, but if I'm covering the same hexes I'm already covering my other stations in South Louisiana, it's not worth me keeping this here. I can take that antenna, take that money, that investment, that device, and move it and to another station. I've had two hosts that were texting me potential hosts that were texting me while I was doing this. So maybe I'll get some more host stations set up around the country. But I've also been helping some people also while doing this, taking a break, you know, in the air conditioner for a little while, helping some people with some problems they have trying to get their devices back online and stuff. So it's been busy, and I keep telling everybody this Wingbits thing is going to be big. Not financial advice, is how I feel, but there's a lot more excitement, a lot more people coming into it, and a lot of new projects coming in. So, you know, between that and my GEODNET that should be coming in soon, my CHIRP should be coming in soon, and all that stuff, you know, it's going to be very, very busy for me. That's all I can say.